Hello guys, welcome back to another video with the Red Arrow. In today's video, we have some Battlefield 5, no, not Battlefield 5, Battlefield 2042. And in today's video, we're just going to briefly go through this little clip bit of 15 seconds of footage we have. I know it's not a lot of footage, but I kind of already tried to do this video like today. And yeah, my microphone was muted, so everything I said didn't record. So let's see if it's the same with this. Okay, so as you can see, we've got some little footage here. It's not even like 1920 by 1080. It's really bad quality, but for some strange reason, DICE or Battlefield, whatever, decides to put it on Twitter again. God damn it! I hate Twitter. You know, it's not a very. It's free promotion for them, of course, but it's not very good in terms of like the quality. I mean, here, like as you can see, it's twice. It's shitty quality, and it's not very good quality. Um, just being honest. Um, okay, I hope that captured the sound, because it is quite an interesting sound. And as you can see right here, we have the tickets here, US and Russia. So let's just dive into the narrative, okay? Because I have some concerns that I want to throw in here now whilst we got the time. The game setting is quite nice. That's not really my concern. My concern is that like the narrative that DICE went with is that like no soldier from either side of the conflict is fighting. It's refugees that have formed into some kind of mercenary group from each side, meaning that no nation is really involved, but that makes no sense because they're going to fight for land somehow in this conflict. I don't understand it. Like, how does this make sense? Makes no sense. And the other thing that doesn't make any sense is the specialist thing, because the specialist thing is basically from Call of Duty, and it shouldn't really be implemented in the way that it has into this game. Now, you can argue that specialist has already been in Battlefield 5, yes, I know, but they did it much differently there, and you still had the freedom to swap out the different characters. Which there's only 10 of in this game, because somehow that's enough to fill, you know, somehow that is actually enough. I don't think they actually thought about this very correctly. You've got 128 players on PC and the next gen consoles. You've got 64, you got 32 versus 32 on the older generation, and the maps are going to be smaller. But just how does that work when if you only have 10 specialists and only 10 of them are going to be able to be used in the game? So that means basically you're gonna run around the map, you're gonna be playing as one of the characters, and then on the enemy team there's gonna be another same character as you, maybe a different fucking helmet. Yes, wow, a different helmet, but it's gonna be the same soldier as you. So I mean, as to how we're gonna deal with this problem, I mean, if you think about it, 64 players aside, and you're gonna only have 10 specialists. That's basically you're gonna share the same look pretty much, but on the enemy team, or maybe slightly different, but on the enemy team. How is this gonna look in the game? I personally, what I think they should have done is they should have gone for a more customizable approach to it. So you have You have face presets like you had in BF5. That was perfectly good done. You know, why change that at this point? There's probably gonna be special ones that are coming, and obviously there's gonna be more content. I hope more maps. I hope more than freaking one per battle pass, because if it's only one per battle pass, you don't goof, guys. It needs to be 3 to 4 maps per update of the season for people to keep playing the game if you only launched it with 7 maps. Now you can argue that the maps are so much bigger than Call of Duty and that, you know, they are different enough to be worth, they're so much different that like they're worth only having 1 map per update, you see. But there was no excuses. You did the same thing with Battlefield 5. That's why the game died. You need more than 2 maps per update easily. Because if you're waiting for 3 months, you need at least 4 maps per per season in order for it to be in order to keep people playing the game. Basically, you think just by adding the battle pass that people are gonna keep playing the game? That will entice some people to play the game, but not a lot of the hardcore Battlefield fans, because they will just say, well, it's only a battle pass with a few cosmetics, why should I play the game? So there needs to be more maps. This is already my concern with 7. I know that Battlefield maps tend to launch with 9 to 8, ranging in that formula. The problem is that, like, obviously with there being no single player campaign as well, and no other really jam-packed mode that people are gonna like other than the actual multiplayer experience. Obviously there's new multiplayer game modes, but we don't know anything about them yet. But what would be cool is if we're gonna get the deals, as if we're gonna start the first season as soon as the game comes out. But then again, that probably won't be possible. So we're gonna have to see about this. I didn't upload a video on like how I've gone through the trailer, but it's in front of me right now. I'm watching it. I already watched it like 5 times. I enjoyed the trailer. I thought the trailer was badass, even though it's not actual gameplay but engine footage. Despite that, I'm pretty sure that it's just rendered from gameplay itself and put into this mode where you can have free cams and make cinematics, etc. But it looks fantastic. I mean, the game looks fantastic. I'm not shitting on the game. It's just a few things that I'm concerned about, and I think a lot of people are concerned about, because it's such a big change. Again, with the changes, like, people would be happy with the old system. People would be. I mean, the old system is kind of back, but it's not in the same ways as we would. It's a bit different, and a lot of people, even I myself, was gonna have to get used to it. Visually the game looks amazing, but obviously we'll have to wait until tomorrow for that extra footage. So yeah, I mean, this is just like a Battlefield moment, So I love Battlefield. I didn't really like Battlefield 5, but there are some concerns with this one as well. I mean, right here you have the American jets with the American star. So why is it that when you look at the Russian plane doesn't have the same exact decals that it would have in real life? I mean, maybe there's a different Russia or something. Sure, that's fine, but you just keep people in the dark. I mean, it's like here, like, it's literally showcasing what I'm talking about right here. Like, already there's so many players and they look pretty similar. If you look at the footage, it's being hidden a little bit, but if you look at the footage, there's that woman, there's this woman like right here and here too, and they all look pretty fucking similar. It's like, what the fuck can we do about it? this is the problem with when you make specialists instead of just making slight. It would have been fine if everybody had default uniform. I don't know, a default uniform, and then you had like a face option so you could change it. You had clothing options. It does look like we're gonna get facial helmet customization, I think. But whether that'll be enough to change, and whether or not maybe there's different outfits, but this is such a concern though if you think about it. Like, sure, people don't really care that there's the same people that they see, but I care in a way because in your Battlefield you didn't really feel like that. So I don't know, but here, because there's just so many people, you can see the clones of each other. You can see it, and it's not blatantly obvious unless you look into it, which I did, and I kind of literally, and there's this Jeep here. This Jeep looks kind of cool. Kind of looks like a hunter vehicle a little bit from Arma 3, because that's sort of realistic, and that's sort of futuristic as well. But yeah, there's a lot of detail in the map, and this tornado stuff, this tornado storm stuff looks very interesting as well. Okay, so another possible concern, or not really concern, but kind of a little bit, I kind of I kind of find it a little bit ridiculous that the that EA thinks it's acceptable to charge 49.99, 59.99 for console, 79.99, 89.99 for the gold edition, 109.99 for PC. It's kind of a little bit. Um, I wouldn't really agree with the price, but for what you get, it's kind of okay. But you know, it's lacking in the single player campaign, and it's not very good. It's not very good pricing. I would have preferred it to be slightly lower. Um, maybe 69.99 for the gold edition, maybe, because I just feel that it's 7 maps, and we hear that that it's gonna be more than what it was before, like like more detail in the maps. The maps are gonna be bigger, but I'm just kind of concerned. I mean, what can I say? It's okay to be concerned, right? I know it's not really Dice's fault, and it's not really EA's fault in a way, because the pandemic happened. But to be honest, I still think it's overpriced. And there's only 7 multiplayer maps. We gotta be careful here because we're in dangerous territory. Um, Only 7 maps. It's okay, but the problems that we're gonna have is that, like, when can we expect to have extra maps, and how many maps are gonna come per season pass? That is the problem with this as well. Is that, like, people are so people don't know what to do. People just want to buy the normal edition. And I mean, I'm not saying that the normal edition is probably the best. It's actually okay, I guess, but it's still not great considering there's no campaign. So I don't know, I would dock that a couple of dollars or a couple of pounds. So I mean, if you did just the multiplayer game on its own experience, I'd say, that's about 20. Maybe it should be about £35, I think. Would be an acceptable price. You know, maybe 59.99 for the gold edition, and the ultimate edition should be way less. The ultimate edition should swap with the gold edition, and the gold edition should swap with the original price. So maybe 39.99 would be, 30, 35 to 39.99 would be a good thingy. But the interest would be a good value, I guess. But the interesting thing is that on Steam, it says that it has online PvP, but it also has online co-op. Does it mean the co-op from the squads co-op, or does it mean like a game mode that is yet to be announced that will be co-op? Um, I do like the look of this new Battlefield. I'm sorry if this is a little bit of a rant video, as some people would see it, but I hope you guys enjoyed nonetheless. I just wanted to voice some of my concern, and I hope that people understand that. I'm not here to shit on DICE. I think DICE has done a fantastic job with this game. It's just a few concerns, of course, with the only 10 specialists and only everyone looking slightly the same, but on the enemy team. Unless this 10 specialists per team, and then I mean that would still be a bad thing, but that would be less bad. But again, the players are just gonna be looking the same at the start, and it's gonna be a bit weird. But I do thank you guys for watching, and I do hope you enjoyed this video or can see my concern if any of the DICE employees are watching. I think it's a fantastic trailer that you guys put together. With the whole Twitter thing, it's just the quality, and it's just the fact that it's like it's like a really rectangular video. It's not 1920 by 1080. It's not the ratio of 16.9. It's something else. I think it's like 4.3 ratio, and I just don't like. Sure, it's free promotion for EA and Dice on Twitter, but maybe you could do the same thing but on YouTube, and then maybe share it across Twitter. Um, yeah, so that's gonna do it for this video. I'm not gonna drag it on any longer than it needs to go on. Yeah, the prices are a little bit not acceptable in certain aspects, especially when it comes to next gen consoles and consoles in general. Like, I do believe that on both sides of the argument is that, like, it just doesn't deserve to be a full price AAA game, because a full price AAA game includes multiplayer, it includes a single player campaign, it includes other bonuses, and other stuff. So I do think this game is a little bit overpriced, but we will see, and I think it's a little bit of a test for the future. So we need to watch out for that. Yeah, the game looks absolutely brilliant. The cinematics look pretty good. Everything just looks pretty good. There's just a few things that I don't agree with, and I think that's okay. I feel like everyone should be able to speak out about how they feel about the Pacific game. Um, and yeah. So thanks a lot for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.